Um, Hi, Abhay. Hi. Hi, Abhay. Thanks for joining in. Hi, Rajiv. Hi, Komal. Hi, Ankur. Thanks for joining in on time.
Yes, good morning.
Okay, so we are on dot for the session timing that we had today. So, welcome everyone for the monthly S4HANA special interest group meeting. Paul, over to you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Mukesh. Hello all. I'm Paul. So I'm from SAP Labs India. So I'm basically helping Mukesh in setting up these kind of INDUS initiatives. And I myself will be presenting this session today. So quick background about myself. So I'm an SAP, started with my consulting in project systems, PPM, CPM, and I have also worked in a little bit of recipe development and EHS in my previous experience with chemical industries. So right now I'm with the product team. So I help customers with professional services related projects and anything related to EHS. So I just try to help them on that. So today's session, we will just be taking about R&D engineering in S4HANA. First of all, thank you all for being an early adopter of our S4HANA solutions and always helping us in, helping us in improving our innovations, which we provide to customers regularly. Without much ado, let me just jump into my presentation for today. Please let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Can.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So today's session, we will be focusing on R&D engineering. So I will be only presenting this session. So we will just run through the entire PPT. And if there are any specific questions, please feel free to let me know. I'll try to answer them as much as I can. And if I'm not able to answer, I will get back to you with the right information after checking back with the required colleagues. Jumping into the presentation. Okay, so this is a disclaimer which you would have already heard, just for the explanation again. So any information presented here is okay. Yeah. So any is subjected to change. So SAP holds license of all these items which have just been presented in this PPT today. Going up. Okay, so as you all know, SAP is promised to provide support for SAP HANA till 2040. So your customer specific maintenance will be available till that. But you also know that we also have a 5-year mainstream maintenance. So the 5-year maintenance, mainstream maintenance for existing versions of 1511 and 1610 would have already been over. And for 1709, it would be over by the end of 2022. So it is a good practice for you to keep upgrading your S4HANA systems to the latest release for leveraging the latest innovations from SAP. Quickly jumping. So today the business scope will be research and development. So the other sessions would have been taken by my other colleagues. So we will be focusing more on the research and development capabilities in S4HANA. The agenda for this meeting today is bill of materials. So when I say bill of materials more from an R&D perspective, wherein you develop the bill of material required for producing an end product in a laboratory, or do a research and development activity, and then creation of a variant configuration, advanced variant configuration, which is available as a part of S4HANA. And we have a quick demo in that. And I'll be explaining more about recipe management, which is available in S4HANA. And then we have a product complaints and a small single presentation on footprint management. And we have a demo on dangerous goods. And then the last session would be on enterprise portfolio and project management. Okay, so this is what will be the coverage for today. So this is a slide which quickly explains what is the modular approach for application module for SAP. So, okay, let me just. Yeah, so if you see here in the center, we have the SAP S4HANA Enterprise Management. So SAP S4 Enterprise Management is a central component which is usually the starting package for any customer who is moving into S4HANA. Basically, if you are going in a greenfield implementation, the S4HANA Enterprise Management would be the first thing to start with. Okay, so if you notice here today, we will be discussing on the design part. So in the design part, so as a part of the enterprise SAP S4HANA Enterprise Management, we have the enterprise portfolio and project management. And then let me just get a pointer. Okay. And then you have the S4HANA LOB solutions. As a part of the LOB solutions, we have extended enterprise portfolio and project management, product lifecycle management, product compliance. So this is an additional license apart from your enterprise management. So your enterprise management bundle basically contains a specific starter. Then you have over that LOB solutions, S4HANA LOB solutions, and over that you have LOB solutions which would need additional license and additional installations. So enterprise product development would basically fall in your LOB solution. So for these items, you will need an additional installation as well. Okay. I'll just quickly jump to the next slide. So what is the Delta highlights which is available in 2021 for the R&D in engineering area? So we have change records and we have volume tracking with related to product compliance as a part of S4HANA LOB solutions. Okay. So going to the next slide, a little bit overview of the other slide explaining what is it a part of your S4HANA Enterprise Management. So when I talk about S4HANA Enterprise Management, it is basically a bundle of best practices which is available to the customers to kickstart their business processes, as it's an accelerator available. So as a part of enterprise management, you have enterprise portfolio and project management. Okay, so this is basically to gain insight on cost, time, scope, and resources to have a quality performance of your projects and products. So when I say enterprise portfolio and project management, you have a basic project system functionality, and you have a basic product engineering functionality. Okay, so as a part of your enterprise management. So more details about it, you can find in Rapid Explorer of SAP, wherein you can find what are the different scope items available as a part of enterprise management. So in product engineering, what we do is we give a 360 view of relevant aspects of early stages of product life. And this is basically the process which is required to move a product from an ideation phase to a manufacturing phase. So this is a basic flow which is available as a part of enterprise management. And when we move little about to what are available as a part of S4HANA LOB applications, so these are additional licenses. So you have extended enterprise portfolio and project management. So when you say extended portfolio and project management, you have basically your entire project systems, you have your PPM, you have your CPM, and you have the entire efficiency to go into a drill down or a plan at a higher level. What will be the cost, time, scope, resources required for delivering a project or a product? Okay, and then you have the product lifecycle management. So basically the entire gamut of PLM is available as a part of LOB's applications. So using the PLM, what you can do is you can basically manage your product information holistically. A complete lifecycle end-to-end can be tracked in this solution. And then you have a visibility of starting from a design to a manufacturing and the processes which are related to a discrete industry. So this is the entire gamut which is available as a part of product lifecycle management. Coming to product compliance. So to ensure that all your products or products, basically when we say products here with related to compliance, it will relate to the chemicals and hazardous materials which are required to be tracked as a part of your R&D process. So these are covered as a part of product compliance in LOB applications. Then over this, we have the suite LOB solutions. So which I mentioned that would require an additional license and additional installation. You have the enterprise product development, and you have the responsible design and production. So these are mostly for matured R&D industries to utilize this solution for their entire R&D operations. So here we have what are the business area overview of your the R&D related applications. So as I mentioned before, so if you notice here, the component here is the same. So at enterprise management level, So you have the basic project systems, logistic control, project finance control. So you have product development foundation and you have variant configuration. So you have the basic variant configuration here. And then we move into SAP S4 and LOB applications. You will notice that the extended enterprise portfolio and project management, which is CPM, you have PPM. So this is the portfolio management of PPM. Then you have project resource schedule management, resource management, and project management. So basically all the components of PPM and PS. So the integration, everything will come in this area of extended enterprise portfolio and project management. Then you have product lifecycle management. So all the functionalities which I was saying before, you have the product change management, authoring tool integration, handing over to manufacturing, model-based enterprise, product development, recipe development, and advanced variant configuration. So advanced variant configuration will come as a part of SAP LOB applications, and variant is available as a part, variant configuration available as part of enterprise management. So you have product marketability and compliance, safety data sheets, and label management and DG management. So if you notice it, basically, when a greenfield implementation starts, they start with the enterprise management, and as they mature, they move into the further more applications. Or if it's a full-blown R&D practice with all the various scenarios which needs to be tracked, then we go with the LOB applications, and then with suit LOB applications in a mature industry. Okay. So this is more on a capabilities overview. So what are the capabilities overview, which is available as a part of enterprise and portfolio management? So when I mentioned here, you have the project logistics and control. So this is about your planning of project logistics and execution, your financial performance. So everything comes here. And then when I go into product engineering, so it is more details of what are the capabilities available in each of the module within each of this areas. Okay. So then we come to SAP Fiori. So with S4HANA, we have SAP Fiori, which is a single point of entry into the application. So here what happens is the entire the monolithic way of SAP GUI, wherein a transaction code was used. So here what SAP has done is SAP has tried to move into a role-based space. So for example, based on the roles assigned to you, you get the different apps which are available for the specific role. And then you can also, it's not only with the roles, but also applications, but you can also have KPI tiles based on the roles which are assigned to you. So this gives an individual experience for each of the individual which have a specific role. And how the transition has happened is, instead of moving from a transaction based, it has moved into an activity based. So based on the activity I try to perform, we just move into the next level of information. So we start with the overview page. So wherein you have a specific app. You want to perform a particular action, say manage project billing or something like that. You click on that. So the next screen gives you information about the projects which you have, specific projects which you have access to, and it gives you more detailed information. You can have like graphical overview pages, you can have analytical pages, and you can also drill down to the lower level of list reports. Okay, and then based on the information provided to you, you can carry out your transactions. So carrying out your transactions, like at the end, so it is like you see the information available to you, and then you perform a respective transaction. Okay, let me quickly go to the chat. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So variant configuration is largely applicable to automobile industry. Yes, you're correct. So even the variant configuration example which we have is related to an automotive industry, and it is applicable to chemical industry and process industry as well. Switching to the next screen. Okay, yeah. So this is more on the release strategy for 2021 and 22. So if you just notice here, as a part of 2022, in 2021, we had the new release of new technology stack, ABAP platform 2021, and SAP S4HANA 2.0 SPS 05. Okay, so if you notice it in 2022, we have FPS 01, which is a featured pack stack, technically SPS 01. So this will be available between Q1 and Q2. And then we have the other one, FPS 02, which will be available. And if SPS 03 support package stack will be technically SPS 03 also will be available at the end. Okay, so this is more, you can get this information from the SAP support portal. So this is more on a representation on what is happening on overall view. Okay, then coming to SAP Mobile Start. So SAP Mobile Start is a new application which is available mostly on Apple devices. So what SAP is trying to do is to make SAP Mobile Start as a native entry point into the intelligent enterprise suite. So what happens is SAP Mobile Start is a shell, and wherein you basically expose each of your applications into this SAP Mobile Start. So how basic technically Mobile Start works is you activate your application for your SAP Mobile Start, and it creates a QR code. You scan the QR code and it starts working in your SAP Mobile Start. So this has a deep UX integration. You have a spotlight search in this, and it is very intuitive. You can also try to have a demo of it in the iStore. So there's an SAP Mobile Start app which is available, and there's also a demo of it available, which you can just scroll down to see. So technically what happens in an SAP Mobile Start is you can see the notifications. So notifications could be related to approval of timesheet, or it could be related to the normal notifications which you receive in an Apple kind of environment. Those kind of notifications appear. So you can have your web apps tagged there. So it looks more like your Fiori tiles, but it in more like a in a mobile friendly. It is very good experience for you to have a look at it. Right, so you can have your web links, you can have a news feed, and the native app. So basically what happens in this is the multiple applications of SAP will basically be exposed on the Mobile Start for you to take action. So it is not only with your S4 system, be it your Concur system, be it your SuccessFactors system. So all the systems can be brought into Mobile Start to provide a different application experience and the notification experience. Okay. So coming up with R&D key capabilities for discrete industry. So if you just look at it, S/4HANA capabilities basically help you in doing an integrated R&D process across LABs. So what is the different applications which the different processes which are supported in S/4HANA? So you can so this is basically what is the run process. So if you notice here, this is the run, and this is your innovate. This is basically on the so this is basically for your innovations which are coming newly. So if you look at it, we have we can maintain bombs and structures in SAP. We have an engineering control center. We have an extended product lifecycle costing. You have change management process. You have document management process. You have variant configuration, and you have visualization and handover to manufacturing. So the entire R&D process is handled in one single system, so that you have an end-to-end visibility of the entire process. So this enables you to accelerate your product inventions, and it helps you with the reduction of cost. So having every information required as one single source of truth reduces your cost, and also helps you to develop new products and innovate faster, right? So the process starts from idea and requirements. You have an early engineering, you have a detailed design, you can do product prototyping, and you can do a handover, and also you can manage the changes using change management. So what is the Delta Scope summary? So as I mentioned before, the Delta Scope summary is available in product engineering. So in product engineering, we have a new app for manage multi-level bill of material. So this application helps you to maintain manage your multi-level BOMs. So for example, if you have a final finished product and below that you have multiple semi-finished products which are manufactured within your own organization in multiple BOMs, so that can be viewed in a single view using this manage multi-level bill of material BOM. And then you have across, you have harmonized document management system. So as you know, we have multiple frameworks of maintaining documents, maybe starting with DMS, you have the generic object services and archival link. So all of them have been harmonized into a single user interface for handling different documents. Okay. Then coming with product compliance. So product compliance. So this is more on your as for LOB products. So you will notice that you can maintain product compliance data. You can manage toxicology, ecological, safety related, and physical chemical data. You can maintain your product compliance check. So what happens is you can trigger your compliance check during different business processes in the system. And then you have dangerous goods. So you have a dangerous goods master data. So using dangerous goods master data, you can maintain what are all the storage conditions or transportation conditions. The different conditions can be maintained in the system. And you can do a check of DG, do a DG check whenever you are doing a business operation, like creating a sales order or doing an outbound delivery. So this can be done in the system. So it also says next that you can do integration of DG checks during multiple movement codes. So maybe you are doing a transportation management for road transport or air transport during different modes of transport. You can trigger a DG check. So you can maintain safety data sheets. So safety data sheets, you can maintain it with all the compliance information in the system, in the products related to your products. Okay, so safety data sheets contains multiple information. So what are the data which you can maintain? You can maintain hazardous ingredients, accidental release measures, occupational exposure limits, storage class, SARA, hazard classification, and contact data. So basically, these are things, as I mentioned before, these are mostly for chemical and hazardous material handling kind of a business environment, where you have product compliance and a chemical handling situation wherein you have to maintain all these data. So we have this specific functionality available in S/4HANA LOB solution. You can also have regulatory content, which can be maintained against your product. And then you have product lifecycle management. So as the whole process goes, last you will also have to maintain your product's lifecycle. So you will have to, so the entire product lifecycle management can be done using a change record process. So that is also available as a part of the new Delta Scope summary. So scenario-based change impact analysis, and maintaining your change record hierarchies, splitting, merger of change records, visualization of change records. So these are all functionalities which are available as a part of product lifecycle management. Okay. Let me just take. Okay, so innovations in PLM discrete industry since the initial 15.11 versions. So let me just highlight few of the ones which are important. Okay, so if you notice initially a stable core data model of product development and discrete industries was done in for easy migration of existing PLM customers. So what was done in the initial phases of S/4HANA was to have a strong core, so a strong stable core, so that you can migrate your data of your existing PLM from any existing solution into S4. So that was the first target. And then as a part of 1709, so change records was brought in S4HANA, and product lifecycle management and content search was brought in S4HANA. So ActiveX was replaced in 1709. ActiveX was replaced by SAP 3D Visual Enterprise Viewer in PLM, basically in UI applications, in web UI applications. And access control management. So using your document info, like enablement of access control in your recipe and DAR was done as a part of 1709. And such integration of ACM controlled BOS also was there. So yeah. And coming up to SAP S/4HANA in edition 1809 edition. So handover of SAP BOM parameters management, everything was, so it's basically handover of EBOM to MBOM. So engineering BOM to material BOM, handover process, versioning. So these were all improved in 1809. And shop floor routing related component allocation was all changed. and parameter efficiently. Okay. And BOM versioning support was improved in 1809. Okay. So these are small changes which you would not be noticing much in these things, but yeah. As a part of 1909, access control management was still extended for product structures, change records, change numbers, bill of material, and guided structure synchronization. So access control management has been improving across multiple S4 releases so that all R&D related information are safe and secure and access only to the respective people. So then we have as a part of 2020, so additional visual context, reference designer, and handing over of engineering snapshots. So these kind of information were all improved in 2020. Okay. So then we have the multi-level BOM, which came up in 2021, which we had just discussed in the previous one. Okay. So this is more about the bill of material in S4HANA. So what has happened is there's been a change in the way bill of material has been always visualized in SAP. So if you just notice it, we have a new efficient and customizable BOM search via BOM search. So previously the BOM search was very limited. Now we have a I cannot show this in the system. Okay. So the S4HANA applications which have been created for bill of material can help you to maintain and configure BOMs. You can create a change number very fastly for a BOM, and you can also search where the material used, and you can also do mass replication using the new innovative bill of material applications which are available in S4HANA. Okay, so you also have integration. So BOM version and routing version integration is available as a part of S4HANA in the recent releases. There are quite a lot of whitelisted APIs which are available, which can help you to integrate the BOM from SAP S4HANA to multiple other third-party systems or within the SAP environment as well. So basically what you can do is you can find a bill of material, you can create a change number to make changes in the BOM, and you can create new alternatives. You can edit a BOM, you can save a BOM as a draft, and then you can discard it, or you can save the changes later. So you have an option to save it as a draft, and then you can save it later, or you can discard the changes. Okay, so you also have attachment services to attach relevant documents. So the harmonized single way of attaching documents, which is available in the Fiori app, and you can attach the documents to the BOM as well. Okay, so about variant configuration, what are all the innovations which are available since 1511? So class assignment, state of the art class assignment was available as a part of 1610. We had some new Belize theme which came up as a part of 1610. And then you have, okay, so attachment of BOM through, yeah, so let me just show this in system maybe. Okay, what has happened is, I'll just explain the previous slide. So we have a single way of attaching the documents. So which is a new innovation which has come as part of 2021. I can share more document, the harmonized data management system. So the generic object services, everything has been brought up into a single harmonized document management system. I can just share documentation on how this part works so that you can refer back to this. So what has happened is, in previously we used to have the generic object services to map the documents through the, okay. So Mukesh, you want to take up this question on SAP Fiori, whether it's going to be removed as part of Play Store? It is only available as a web portal.
I don't think that will be the case, but I'll have to check. I do not have the answer for this. I will check and find out and come back.
Yeah, I don't have the confirmed information on that, but this is something I have heard about. Yeah, we'll get it confirmed and then let you know about that. So multi-level, as a part of 1809, multi-level configuration supported by advanced variant configurator. So this is the new innovation which has come up. And so the integration of advanced variants configurator to customer quotation. So after you perform an advanced variant configuration, then you can link it to a customer quotation and provide a costing. So basically using advanced variant configuration, you can create, you can understand what is the cost of your finished product, and basically that's what goes into your cost of goods sold. So those kind of integrations were brought up. So increase sales force efficiency by advanced. So this was again in a variant configuration wherein you can create simulations and you have a configuration engine. So we have a small demo on the simulation coming up next. So this more innovations which have come up in 2021 on the simulation of your variant configuration. Okay. So here you have in variant configuration what is available as a part of core and the extended scope. So I just showed the difference. So what is available as a part of your enterprise component and what is available as a part of your LOB, S4HANA LOB application. So if you see here in the variant configuration, initial one which is available as a part of product engineering. So you basically have the classic variant configuration. Which is used, which can be, you can immediately start using this system, and you can use what are the things which are available as a part of this product engineering is as improvements is you have a new Fiori app, UIs, you have embedded analytics for classification and configuration, and you have a migration tool for the variant configuration models, and single and multi-level migration tools are basically available here, right? So you can integrate your variant configuration to engineering workbenches. So there is an intuitive user interface. So basically you can do from a EBOM to an MBOM using this whole variant configuration here. What is available as a part of advanced variants configuration? So you have a new VC engine available. So the VC you will so what is improved in the new VC engine is it has an improved performance. So you have a single or a multi-level variant configuration model. You have flexible constraint modeling, and you have enhanced analytical capabilities based on CDS views and visualization flexibility using the SAP Analytics Cloud. So we have an enhanced UI. So you have a role-based overview pages for product modeler. You have a trace overview, and you have your visibility based on your data in purchasing and production execution. Let me just quickly jump. So we have a presentation, quick demo. Let me quickly open the screen and share. Okay. Okay, so this is a recorded demo so that we don't have any issues with the presentation. So what we have here is we have a scenario wherein we have an e-bike, which is who is a manufacturer, and they come up with a new design of a specific motor which can improve the power consumption and reduce the power consumption by 20% of the entire thing. So this, how do we make these changes into the system for the product, and how this will be distributed to the different places where this particular variant configuration is being used. So what we can do here is this particular change in your e-bike has to be first informed to your OEM manufacturer. And then what happens is then there is a change in your variant configuration. So you make a change and then you simulate to see how is the changes in your pricing based on the new changes in your engine on your motor you have brought up. So I'm just navigating into simulate your simulate configuration models. And here what I'm doing is I'm searching for the product, and then I'm creating a new simulation. So the simulation is for a particular particular material. So this is going to be my e-bike model. And then I'm just creating it for a specific plant, okay, for a quantity. And the BOM application will be PP01. So that's my production. And then I'm coming into the next screen. So here you will just notice that here against the characteristics, I can just maintain what are all the changes which I'm going to do, which is going to affect on my pricing. Okay. So I'm just changing my, what is the power source is from manual. I'm just changing the bike frame size, ultra light. And then I'm just changing the number of gears, S3. And then you will notice that I'm just making a change in this product. So I'm saving the simulation. I'm saving the simulation. And then what I will just do is I will just go into my sales order create, and using the same material, I will try to create a sales order using the simulation. So what will happen in this case is I'm entering the details which are required, and I'm entering the product which I have just made a simulation change. And then I'm just selecting the same variables, which same characteristics as that of my simulation. And once I update this data, what happens is system calculates my net value. So this value is calculated based on the variant configuration information which I've entered in the simulation. And this information is actually passed on till your costing, and the cost of goods sold will be calculated based on this variant configuration value. Okay. So this is how we are just passing the information which is available in variant configuration to your costing, and it also passes on to the different systems in the different applications. Okay. Then moving back to the presentation. This is more in the variant configuration. So next, coming to recipe management. So recipe management is basically used in scenarios wherein you want to develop a recipe for your product, and then you formulate a formula for this. You have a number of trials to identify what is the best suitable way of manufacturing this product. You list down what are the ingredients in the whole R&D process. You come up with the formulation and recipe. So basically, a recipe contains what are the material ingredients which are required, and what will be the formula which will be used to produce this particular product. Okay. Apart from this, we also need to have compliance related information, and this product related information have to be handed over for a product launch. So from the lab scale, whatever you are doing as an R&D need to be moved to a product level manufacturing in a plant. So this entire thing of managing a recipe and maintaining it against a particular portfolio can be handled in S/4HANA R&D. So here, if you just notice, we have portfolio and project management. This portfolio and project management is basically to align your ideas with your organization's portfolio. Say, for example, if you are into a drug manufacturer, so a drug manufacturer who is focusing on, say, diabetic drugs, so they would always want to keep their ideas focused on their specific portfolios and at their buckets, and then you come up with new ideas. Say, I want to prepare a drug which can help, which can be an oral insulin. So, for example, so these kind of initiative ideas will all be clubbed together, and from that you go to the next lower level of creating a trial to come up with a list of ingredients which are required to produce your finished product. And then you come up with a formula, you improvise your formula, and then you come up with specifications which are required. You come up with a bill of material which are required to produce this material, and then you go with the life cycle costing. And throughout this, you will also need to have document management to maintain the different documents which can be used for your regulatory requirements or your compliance, product compliance requirements. And then once the entire thing is available, is complete, then you hand it over for the product launch. So as a part of this, these are the run applications, and then you have your intelligent enterprise related applications on intelligent product design, collaboration, and blockchain and machine learning. So with this, you have one information source to manage your entire raw material and product data. Okay, you have a data consistency across the system. It's a simplified, seamless user experience. You can, since the data is completely digitized, this will help you in faster innovations, and it helps you to bring your product to the market earlier by following all the compliance related and your regulatory requirements being followed. Okay, so coming up with what is available in PLM process industry from 15/11 to 2020 of S4HANA. So BOM simplification. So there have been a lot of BOM simplifications which have been brought in the BOM Fiori app. So it supports date and parameter effectively. Then coming up with the 1709, you have recipe development. In recipe development, we had the recipe finder, which was just brought in as a part of 1709. So, okay, Fiori enablement for PLM recipe development is the same as the first one. So new Fiori objects were launched for the below in 1709. Okay, so multi-formula editor, manage synchronization unit, balancing item maintenance, maintain process parameters, fast constraint maintenance, compliance check results display. So these were all brought as a part of 1709. Then as a part of 1809, we had the overview pages for process industry roles. And then as a part of 1909, we have a, okay, so there was an app which was bought for simplified hierarchical overview of your formulas and recipe. So ability to manage your recipe attributes. So the main thing is recipe attributes based on your end user preference. So based on each individual user preference, so we can maintain what are all the key recipe attributes you want to modify. Okay, so this is more core focusing on the PLM process industries. So might not be relevant for many other industries. All right, you can align your so the alignment of entire the ingredients in quantity across your app can be modified. You had a hierarchical view of each of the information. So this was brought as a part of 1909. So as a part of 2020, new calculation logics were brought in for total solids and other calculations in the recipe. Okay, so how is recipe development integrated with compliance? So the entire thing is driven by with embedded analytics. So with S4HANA and embedded analytics capabilities, we can just run the entire recipe development in a more compliance and a collaborative environment here. So your formulation is triggered by driven by targets, and you have a collaborative workspace for sharing your design related collaboration information. Okay, so this was the recipe finder which I was talking about. So this was brought up as a new innovation as in 1909. So if you just look at here, you have a recipe finder which can be used to search your recipes with the specific ingredients. So for example, with the specific what do we say? Okay, with the specific chemical, you want to find what are the recipes which are available within the system, or with a specific component, you want to find all the recipes. So this can be done in the new recipe finder, which is available as a part of 1709. Okay, you can export the items from the recipe finder, and you can also process the data from here. So you can click from here and navigate and make modifications to your recipe. So those kind of options are also available. So here, this could be a use case of a recipe is like you find a specific ingredient of ingredient, find all the recipes and go in and modify all the recipes based on the ingredient. So if, for example, you could see an ingredient in your recipe is getting modified. Say, for example, in this case, you would see that we are searching for oat as the ingredient, and we arrive at all the recipes. Say this is a cookie manufacturer. So all the items all the recipes which have oat as a recipe ingredient is listed here. So from here, the the user can navigate into each of the recipe and make modifications for the recipes based on any changes which are coming up, right? So then we have, this was more about the user, um, the recipe app, which I was talking about. So wherein what happens is based on each user's requirement, you will be able to change what is the display you want to have. So and this has a single hierarchical view. I just mentioned about it. So what happens is I want to, for example, if I want to view my recipes in a specific way, and I want to view only specific fields. For example, if I am a person who is supposed to view what is the quantity of materials view and how much is the each of the ingredients, I want to view the quantity separately. So I can create my own views here, and it will be available. So this is on an operative way. This is really good in a use case. For example, if I want to see only calculation of nutrients, so in my formulation, so that only can be displayed in this particular application. So this is a new innovation which has come as a part of 1909. Okay, and this is more about how we have moved upon on the integrated recipe development. So integrated recipe development, when I say about the formulation management and the recipe, so what happens is we manage all the ingredients and product details centrally. Okay, so we have specifications management. So for each of the ingredients, we can maintain what are the specifications in the system. So these the clear visibility of all this information is available in the applications. So for example, you can have nutrition information, compositions, properties, ingredients, allergens. So a lot of characteristics about the product can be maintained and they can be modified. So it gives a complete flexibility for change management. You can have structured workflow. You can review the whole process. So you can optimize your formulas. So apart from this, you also have OData services, which you can use to read the information from your recipe and send it across to other systems, or you want to read from third-party systems and update into your recipes. Those can also be done. Okay, so you can okay, next we were talking about multi-level bonds. So similarly, you can have multi-level recipes with hierarchies, wherein okay, so stage by stage you can track. So what is the composition, what is the allergens, nutrients. So these kind of information can be tracked in your integrated recipe development. So then we talked about the recipe finder, and you can also create multiple versions and variants of your recipe, and then you can use them. Okay. So we talked about integrated recipe development, integrated product development, handing over to manufacturing. So when you do an R&D and arrive at a product, then you will be basically handing over it to manufacturing to do. So there is an easy process of handing over your product from R&D into the manufacturing, available as a part of S4. And then you have advanced variant configuration, which we saw in the previous presentations. Moving up. Okay, so embedded software management. So we have embedded software management, which is available as a part of R&D. So it is not only that we can track the products, we can track our materials and chemicals, those things. We can also complex softwares can also be maintained as a part of the embedded software management, which is available in R&D. Okay, so basically you can maintain the versions, we can do constraints and hardware checks. So for example, if you're a software manufacturer, which along with your product, so you provide a software to manage your product. So those also can be maintained in embedded software management, which is available. So what happens is you are releasing multiple versions of the software based on the product improvements. So those also can be tagged along with the product. Okay, so this contains mostly about notes, which gives about solution simplifications which have happened in the multiple versions. Then I'll just move to product complaints. Coming to sustainability management. So this is a single slide about sustainability management. So what happens is SAP has been continuously involved in producing new initiatives, bringing up new innovations in the area of sustainability management. So basically, we have just been working on creating new business models for growth and run supply chain and operations more efficiently, meet global compliance and regulation requirements with our sustainability management innovations which are coming up. Any questions or things you can take up?
There is a question on the chat around the attachments to BOM through GOS, which
Yes.
Anand has asked.
Yes. So GOS is the so it is the old way of attaching the material to the BOM. So yes, so attachment of is generic object services is the old way of doing it. And in S4HANA, we have this new way, which is a harmonized data management. So the data management happens using that system that is available in the, this is a part of this Delta innovations. I can just share further more documentation on how it works. Yeah, that may be helpful. Okay. So next, coming up with product compliance. So what are the innovations which have come up? Yeah. You're welcome. So so related to, we had as a part of 1709, we had product compliance for success of product and safety. So this was a compatibility package which had just come up as a part of 1709. Then I will just move across to, since you have lesser time, let me just run through fast. Okay. So you have, we had come up with the dashboards and Fiori apps for ready to run solutions on chemical compliance dashboards. We had come up with okay, dangerous good determination and classification had come up as a part of 1809. We had a compliance assessment app, which was improved compliance assessment, which was then and DG check during outbound delivery was available as part of 1909. And integrated regulatory content was available. Let me just run through this fast. We have a demo coming up. So dangerous management check. So we had automatic assignment of description templates. Okay, toxicology. So this we had checked in the different previous one. Let me run through this. Product compliance. So how product compliance basic, I have a demo coming up, so that will be more interesting than this. So you have new dangerous goods classification for products which are available. So you can maintain this information which is coming, which are required to maintain for each of your products. And once you maintain them, you can have a follow-up process for these things. For dangerous goods information, you can also leverage this in various transport permissions. Your maintaining descriptions and release classifications can be managed using your dangerous goods data. Okay, so your dangerous goods data. So how do you maintain them? We have a new Fiori app for maintaining this detailed dangerous goods classifications. So these are basically the classification agencies which are supported. Okay, so you can show our information. So let me just quickly show this in the system. That will be done. Okay. Okay, so here you see that there's a tab for Fiori app list for dangerous goods management. So I'm just going into the display dangerous goods. So what I'm just doing in this case is I'm taking a scenario wherein the customer is the customer is manufacturer of a cleaner product. So this product, we have to maintain some dangerous goods classification that saying that this material, when it is transported in bulk, it should not be sent through a airline delivery, and it should be only sent through a specific mode of transport. So what I'm doing here is just selecting this material. So it's an industry cleaner. So I'm selecting and going inside. You will see that this is the CFR road, which is a regulation which I'm just have to maintain here. And I'm just maintaining that this mixed loading. So I'm just going to mixed loading, saying that if we are loading this material below above a specific level, then it cannot be transported via road. So that I'm maintaining. And also, like, this material cannot be clubbed with another material for doing a shipment. So what I'm just doing to do next is I'm going into sales order. And in this sales order, what I'm doing is this particular material, I will have to ship for a customer. I'm trying to ship this material to a customer via an air route. So this is a bulk material. At a bulk, as per the regulations, we are not supposed to ship it via air route. So when I mentioned this via an air route, so I'm just maintaining as DG09. And then I have an option to do a dangerous goods check. So when I do a dangerous goods check here, so system will give an error message saying that material cannot be transported with mode of transport category. So I'm checking the log. If you just scroll down here, system will say that this material cannot be transported via air cargo condition, and it will also say you based on which regulation we cannot transport this material. So this is a dangerous goods check, which the system will perform based on the master data which we have maintained for the dangerous good. And when I change the route to a rail transport, and then I do a dangerous goods check, so system will say that the DG check is complete and there are no errors. So system will allow you to do a shipment of this material only when it is done in the allowed way of shipment based on the dangerous goods data. And then also I'll just go to an outbound delivery. So I plan to ship this material to a customer. So in this case, what I'm just doing is I'm shipping two materials. Let me just go here. And if you just show, if I just try to, so what system will do, system will also display what are the dangerous goods related data, which is coming from a master data, which will come, it will come in my output, which I'm just trying to print for my delivery. Okay. Then I'm just going in. So I'm just trying to ship two materials. So industry EC clean, which is a 2 into 50 liters, another one is a bulk. When I do a dangerous goods check, system gives me again an error message saying that I cannot club these two materials for shipping. So I had maintained a 330, which is my my loading mixed loading master data, which I maintained from a material. So based on it, system will not allow me to mixed load this material with another material in my loading, right? So I'm just maintaining a route. Okay, so in a route of when I'm doing it in a rail route, then it allows me to do the outbound shipment. So what we can do is we can do a combination of both, allowing to shipment or a mix and match of material while doing shipment. So these kind of dangerous goods checks can be done in the system before you perform the respective operations. So this is on the dangerous goods. Let me come here back. And then coming to, this is the slide on the product complaints. So we can, what all we can do, we can, the product marketability and chemical complaints can be maintained. You can have the dangerous goods manufacturing. You have the SDS and label management. So this can be done as a part of product compliance. Okay. So, so basically whatever we were doing in the classic EHS product safety has been enhanced and it is available as a part of S4HANA. So you have a part of the product complaint solution. You have completely theory-based approach. You have intuitive apps and regulation and new data models also can be maintained for maintaining your compliance and dangerous goods related data. Okay. So compliance check. So compliance check can be now done in all sales documents. So in the sample we showed for a sales order and a outbound delivery, it can be done in a quotation. It can be done in a sales contract. And also you can cover the checks like product marketability, safety data checks. So you can just check if the information is available or not before you do the shipment. So this is more about what are the product complaints new data model, which is available in S4HANA. So the compliance requirement, regulations, industry specific list. So all these things can be maintained as a part of your product data model. Okay, coming to next EPPM. I think we have enough time for this. Okay. So you notice that reduction of production cost can be brought down by 13% by having a digital product development is something what PwC has mentioned in 2019. So what do we do in enterprise portfolio and project management as a part of R&D? So this is the total run applications which we have. So it starts from an idea management, you have a portfolio management, you have financial and capacity planning, your project planning, risk management. So these are an encumbrance of your PPM, your CPM, and your project system. So what happens here? This is a single source of truth. So you have information about everything starting from an idea till handing it over to a production, and also you can extend it till execution. Okay, execution of this particular product. So this is one single place wherein you can capture all your cost, direct access to your cost, and you can have an efficient procurement. You can leverage all the functionalities which are available in the other applications in project systems or PPM to have a human resource integration, name it human resource integration in PPM, and you can use the analytics capabilities which are available in the in PPM to look at what is your financial and capacity planning information by against your plan versus actual, how your product development is going on. So these kind of information can be visualized using ePPM in R&D scenario. So this scenario is more only an R&D and not related to a customer related ePPM process. So we're sticking more on the R&D process here. So this is a single source of truth. So what has happened as a part of S4HANA is all the applications have been brought into the digital core. So right now you have your project systems, PPM and CPM, everything residing on the core. So they are not individual systems like how they used to be in the ECC world. So accessing data across each of these applications and leveraging the analytical applications to pull in data from each of the systems is very easy today compared to the traditional way of wherein you extract the data into a reporting application, and then from there there was always a delay in getting this information at the right time. So today all this information is real time with S4HANA by bringing all these applications into the core. Okay, you also have the role-based user interface and Fiori applications, which can be leveraged to get the right information for your R&D process. So these are the innovations which are available in ePPM since the 1511. So first started with like the similar way as a part of 1511, a stable core data model was brought in for project management. So this was basically for migration from your earlier ECC solution into S4HANA or from any third-party system into S4. Okay. So let me just go on. So we innovations around authorization concepts were brought in, and we had the new Gantt chart. So we moved from the Java one to the new way of reporting the Gantt charts, and we also have system guided navigation to critical tasks. So this is in SAP Fiori. So if you have a critical project task which require your action, so that is displayed in your screen. So that was brought up in 1511. So SAP PPM for S4HANA was brought up in 1709, and you had continuous improvements in extended projects in 2015. Okay, you have revenue-based prediction in distribution curves, which came in 1709. Periodic distribution of quantity and cost and revenues in PPM was in CPM was brought as part of 1709. And a lot of improvements were done in the Fiori app for project cost report. We had simplified enterprise management analytics, which is brought up part of 1809. A new Fiori app was brought to monitor your procurements and your assignment of purchase. So it's basically the procurement dashboard kind of a new application was brought in PPM. And in CPM, the change request approval process was brought in. The change request approval process using your BRF plus was brought in 1809. And print forms related changes was brought in 1809. And yes, increase. Okay, project material grouping was brought as a part of portfolio management in 1909. Okay, so the baselining of financial plans. So bringing of your change, adding of a change request into your baseline and current baseline was brought as a part of 1909 as an enhanced feature. Okay, as a part of 2020, you had an option to choose what is the active financial plan during the change request creation. So it's in a multi-plan scenario. How do you check? How do you select for which financial plan you are trying to create a change request? This was part as a part of 2020. Okay, and next thing was as a part of 2020, we had an ability to import work breakdown structure into the financial plan of commercial project. So these were the innovations which were brought as a part of 2020. Then moving across the EPPM as a bundle. So what happened with S4HANA is the modules of the project management modules, basically starting from your project systems, your commercial project management CPM, and your portfolio management, including your Fiori UX applications for accessing your Fiori project-related activities through roles, and bringing in your in-memory database capabilities was formed your enterprise portfolio and project management. So this forms as a single place wherein you can do your operation level tasks in your S4HANA platform, project systems, and wherein you have your both project finance control and logistic control for your procurements and finance activities, project execution activities separately, and over which you have strategic tools like your commercial project management, so which is used for managing your profitability, checking your financials. You have multiple dashboards to look at what are your procurements, what are your outstanding bills to be processed, and any changes during your execution. How do you process change management? You have project financials. So above your operation level, you have further your commercial project management to execute your projects. And then you have a portfolio and project management to have a visibility of your individual projects at a portfolio level and a strategic level. And then the Fiori UX, which is used to address all your, so based on your role, you get a visibility of the information relevant for your role in the Fiori. So all these things put together form the EPPM, Enterprise Portfolio and Project Management in S4HANA. So these are few roles which are available as a part of the standard package. So based on these roles, you have applications and functionalities which you can perform in the system. Okay, so when we talk about what are the S4HANA features which are available as a part of EPPM here. So if you the traditional approach in which information was available in portfolio management was we used to have a standalone system, EPPM system. So what happens is financial and your human capital related information, procurement information. This information used to be sent as batch requests to your portfolio and project management. Say, for example, you used to load the data from here into portfolio management, and then you have a you need to load the data from there into project analysis, cross project analysis to have a visibility of what is happening at an operation level at a strategic so that there was a lot of gap between your operation and your strategic visibility of the same information. So the visibility of project actual request multiple applications. So it is like you had to pass the data between multiple applications. So there were delays in it. So, and this resulted in a lot of high TCO in integration scenarios. So this used to be very expensive in maintaining all these kind of systems to have a visibility of this information. So with the EPPM, what happens is, so everything is built over the S4HANA core. So what happens is information is readily available across multiple applications, which you can leverage and report it for project analytics. So since everything comes now below the S4HANA single source, reporting out of this is very easy. So there's no batch load process required to extract the information. The information is available accurately at the required time. This reduces the implementation effect for integration. So previously, when we used to have these integrations, building up these interfaces used to be very expensive. So today, those are all not required, and information is readily available for your project analytics in real time. Okay, and we also have capabilities of processing large volume of data and projects which run for a large duration as well. Okay, so with what is it enhanced with the Fiori? So our traditional system, we used to have, so this is a traditional CPM system wherein you used to have the web GUI related GUI related transactions which were available, and you had Java plugins which were which used to have a lot of problems. So for example, the traditional issues which we used to see when people loading a PPM screen, we get a lot of issues in it. So those are all unified into a single Fiori based experience. So you have a smooth flow of information, and the screens are very simplified and tailored for small applications for casual users. So it is not every user has to log into the entire full-blown project management or a portfolio management screen in portfolio management. Only the specific information is available to a user, and it is a single enhancement technology. Okay. And okay, about innovative management, innovation management. So as a part of innovation management, we can collect and document ideas in a central repository, and out of the collected ideas, we can vote for which is the best idea. So with the subject matter experts, or maybe including your customers and your design partners, you can plan and execute your ideas. So you can execute it with the specific targets, and you can create idea groups. You can evaluate the ideas and using rating models, using portfolio management. You can document and report these individual ideas and drive a reward process through innovation management, which is available. Okay, so this is more about portfolio and project management. So what you can do in portfolio and project management, you can estimate financial and capacity requirements for projects. So that in turn will connect to an item, goes to a bucket level, and then goes to a portfolio level. What you can do is you can each of the individual project execution for your R&D can be collected below a particular portfolio, and you can schedule what the timelines for each of the activities, and you can track the execution and completion of the milestones. So what you can do is you can track your project cost, track budgets, actual in real time across each of the projects at a portfolio level. And you can also, when you're doing all these things in a collective way, you can also schedule procurements in a centralized way, production activity synchronization with project plan. So these kind of activities can be done with portfolio and project management in S/4HANA. Okay, so then coming about project control. So when we say about project control, so what we can do is we can so these are you can define KPIs. So this comes in CPM. So what you can do is you can have a detailed project costing, and you can also capture your actuals. You can use the various data which is available in the product to create your own project KPIs. So using the KPIs, you can get an insight of project performance. So you can also have your own formulas for calculating KPIs. I had worked with a customer where they want to bring a specific project KPI. So based on how much is the amount spent, based on how much is planned to arrive at a KPI. So those kind of KPIs can be built, and you can leverage the data which is available in the S/4HANA system to give this KPI on a real-time data. And you can capture your issues and change related scope changes. So previously in PPM and project system, there was no ability to track the changes. So for example, changes in the scope. So this functionality is available as a part of CPM, wherein you can create an internal change request and say what is going to be the deviation in your cost, materials. So this can go through an approval cycle, and once it is approved, it can be added to the baseline, and then you can do a forecasting. So multiple options of managing your project performance is available as a part of project control in EPPM. Okay. Then coming to enterprise project connection. So project management tools necessarily or usually integrated with third-party applications. So as a part of ePPM, we also have this enterprise project connection, which is available. So this is a bidirectional exchange of product information between project systems, PPM, and plant maintenance with applications like Primavera and Microsoft Project Server. So this is a separate application which is available, which can help you to sync the data from project system, PPM, and plant maintenance into other applications. So you can have rule-based mapping. So you can map two objects and say what are the data which needs to be synchronized, and from there, what is it? You have a control of control. So you can define when you want to synchronize this information between two applications. So what is the scenario? As per the business scenario, you can do that. You can have a predefined mapping and templates. So you can have mapping templates which can accelerate your implementation of this entire enterprise project connection. So it supports, so apart from that, it also supports various interface technologies like web service, RFC to exchange project information. Okay. So what are the innovations in project system? So if you look at project system, the more innovations are coming in moving your entire transactions into activities. So it is today, it's not more as executing a CJ20N transaction to know what is the action you have to do. It is more on a project finance, like you're segregating the entire list of activities into a project finance controller and a project logistic role. So the list of activities which can be defined below each of these roles are totally the way in which we execute our projects today. So so we have a lot of theory applications which are available as for project system. So these are few of them which are available as which are newly available as a part of the recent innovations, right? You can find more about the Fiori apps in the Fiori app library, SAP Fiori app library. You will be able to find the information. So one additional feature of which is a notable feature of S/4HANA is about the CDS views which are available. New CDS views have been brought up in project systems, maybe PPM and CPM also, which you can leverage to directly get the information. Say, for example, instead of navigating to multiple tables and creating a join and then getting the data, you have CDS views which will readily give you this information. And CDS views also can be readily converted into OData services, and you can extract the information into third-party systems. So there's a lot of flexibility in data visualization, the way we can present the data with S/4HANA. So here, these are the few Fiori apps which are available as a part of portfolio and project management. So yeah, so previously what we used to have as in the Java base screen web GUI. So this has been more broken down into simpler things, like you have a portfolio management, you have a portfolio dashboard, investment buckets, investment programs, portfolio reviews, and you can search the entire portfolio management for a specific object or a description. So you have so what has happened is, so everything is just broken into like an inbox kind of a field, wherein you get my checklist items, so which are assigned to you, your task list which are assigned to you, so upcoming milestones. So this information can be provided to the portfolio manager who is managing the projects. Okay, here it is. So when you go into my projects, so you will be able to see what are the upcoming milestones. So it's an electric bike. So release design is expected to come this last week, and you also get what projects are critical. So critical severities, you can also maintain what are the KPIs, and based on this you can list these items. So you get what are your projects which are planned, not at release. Yeah. So this is a view of PPM, what you get in Fiori apps in S/4HANA. So for example, from each of this, you can navigate directly into that particular project task and perform that activity. So this is what we mentioned, that the critical task-based updation of information in the system is available as a part of SAP S/4HANA innovation. Okay, so the traditional Gantt chart, which was in an SAP GUI, has been replaced with a more user-friendly Fiori-based Gantt chart. So this is a simple PPM project Gantt chart, which you will be able to see in S4HANA. Okay, we have so here you will be able to see what are the items which needs attention based on predefined business rules. Okay, you can also navigate directly to the item which is causing this alert. So these are different new functionalities which are available in the PPM Gantt chart. Okay, so upon clicking there, it will navigate into the next project. Okay. So I was talking about the new Gantt chart which is available. You have a HTML UI5 based Gantt chart in project management. So it is a replacement for the initial Java Gantt chart which was available in the previous versions. So what happens is you have it has better editable, usable. Yeah, is there a question? Okay. So it is a zoomable Gantt chart, so you can zoom in to see if you have a very big project plan, you have an ability to zoom into a specific activity and see the different relationship or things like that, which is available as a part of this new Gantt chart, which is available in S4HANA. Okay. So this is a multi-project overview, which is available as a part of commercial project management. So this is something very good. So wherein you will be able to list a few, filter out few projects, and then in the initial screen, you will directly get a visualization of what is the planned cost, actual cost, the variance, comparison, EAC, earned value analysis. So all this information which is stored in the is available immediately for a project manager to take any decisions. Okay, so so this is not only related to finance information. We can also bring up procurement related information. We can also bring up like what is the completion of projects. Those kind of information also can be brought up in your multi-project monitor. Okay, so what we spoke about in the entire thing. So enterprise portfolio project management and product engineering in S4HANA. So you have this is available as a part of your enterprise management, initial one. So your project financials, project logistics, you can define your work breakdown structure. This is part of the base package. You will be able to define work package. You will be able to do hierarchical project accounting, budgeting, track actual, and you will be able to track project progress and enabling your finance performance. All those items can be measured. And in logistics, you will be able to do logistics planning. You will be able to use procurement functionalities. Those functionalities can be used here. And then as a part of product engineering, you have the product development foundation and variant configuration. Okay, so which we saw in detail. Okay, so this is the entire holistic portfolio project management process from ideas to success of a product or a portfolio project management. So you can do an idea management, you can do a portfolio management, you can do a project planning, you can do project resource management, execution, and monitoring. Okay, then yeah, this is more about what is available in CPM. CPM has additional functionalities of change request creation, reporting issues. You can print forms. You can report KPIs, periodic KPIs. So you have a approval flow trigger for change request based on BRF plus. And yes. So these are the different Fiori apps which are available for research and development engineering as a part of S4HANA. So this goes up. So we have quite a lot of them. So few things which I will just highlight is you have your multi-level BOM in your product engineering. So this is something which will be very interesting. And you have in project control, say your multi-project related information. So milestone overviews. These are all very good ones, which you can really look into. The multi-project overview in CPM. So these are the dangerous goods related classification. These are based on the different regulatory information. How do you store this in the system in product compliance? These are applications which are available. And yeah, so maintaining product related information, These are apps which are available in Fiori as well. And yeah, this is more or less of what is available. Yeah, let me just stop sharing. I can take any question and answers right now. Any questions? Okay. Mukesh,
Hello. Sorry,
do you have any questions?
can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Hi, this is Manohar here.
Yeah,
Schneider.
Manohar, please.
For the EPPM, I
Mhm.
mean the functionality, okay, could you please show the slide one more time? The traditional version.
Yes.
Yeah, this is for S4 on-premise or S4 cloud? Sorry, I joined late actually.
This is for S4 on-prem.
Yeah.
So let me just go here. Yeah, so in the traditional way, right, what happens is we were having PPM as a standalone system. Okay, so we will have to extract the data which is available in your ERP system into this system, and then you will have to report it. So with the S4HANA, right, everything is now in the core. So that is what is the representation here. So both your project system, your portfolio and project management, your CPM, everything is now available in the core. So information exchange from one system to another system is not required. It is only within S4HANA you are pushing the information.
Right. So this is on-prem.
Yes.
Could you give me just an idea how much of this we can anticipate in cloud?
Okay. So cloud, if you just look at, you're looking at public cloud or
Public.
private cloud? Public cloud, I think your question is more on public cloud.
Yes, public cloud.
So in public cloud, how it works is EPPM is not exactly the exact replica of what we have in on-prem EPPM. It doesn't have separately a project system module, a portfolio and project management module, and a CPM module. So in EPPM, what we have is we have 190. So we have scope items 190, project review and control. So multiple scope items are there. So reporting at a portfolio level is not possible in public cloud. So this functionality is still not possible. This functionality is still not possible in public cloud. In public cloud, what we can do is we have a project system module. Okay. We have different types of projects which we can execute. You can do investment project. You can have a revenue project. You can have overhead project. And as a part, so we have in public cloud 2208, we had a release in which we can do customer projects with valuated stock. So that is a new functionality. So public cloud is maybe since they have the same code line, but it is totally different from how we do it in on-prem. On-prem is still a very elaborate way of doing the things.
Got it.
Any specific questions in that I can take?
No. So the latest one feature added is customer projects with valuated?
Revenue projects with valuated stock. So revenue project is you can execute customer project and you can have a valuated project stock in it and then you can execute it.
Got it. Okay.
That is come only in 2208. Before that, we were not able to do that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. No, that's all actually. Thanks a lot.
Yes. Yeah. So in advanced variant configuration, how can we use dependency? So can you just be little explanation on dependency here?
Dependency in the sense, if there are 5 characteristics in the VC.
Okay.
And one of the VC is dependent on the other.
Okay.
In normal VC, we are using dependencies. So in advanced VC, is this changed or there is new way of writing the dependencies?
No, it is the same way as how we maintain the dependency in the regular variant configuration.
So how is advanced VC different than the normal VC that we use? What is the functionality addition over?
Let me just come there. Okay. So if you just see, this is the regular classic variant configuration, and which is the new variant configuration. What is there is. So basically, this is more improvement on performance and usability. Okay. So this is more robust build and uses the okay. What I can just do is I can just
on this screen you have mentioned there is role-based overview page.
Yes.
So
Yes, there's a
just
role-based overview
that
page in
one.
the product.
A little bit of explanation or any example if you can help us to understand.
Let me hold a minute. Let me just check if I have a system access. Okay. Okay. Rajiv, what I can just do is I will just try to create a quick one slider on this whole thing, and on the difference between the variant configuration and advanced variants configuration. I'll just take one more help from an industry expert and maybe give it with an example to you, right? I'll just share it in the email group once I just have this. Like, give me a day, I will just give you that detailed information with the example.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. It will help.
Sure, sure. Yes.
So thank you. I think
Yeah, Raj.
from our side, it's all thanks to you. We don't have
Thank you,
any
Rajiv.
more queries on that. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rajiv. There is another question on the chat by Shanta Mishra. Can you show the Fiori apps list of BOM?
Okay. Okay. We can we will share this PPT, Mukesh, so that you will have that entire list with you. You can use this. Yeah.
And Pavel, right at the start of the session, you spoke about something called as Rapid Explorer. What is Rapid Explorer and where can people find more the link?
Yes, let me just share my screen and quickly show that. So if you see here, this is the one which we're talking about, the enterprise management layer for S4HANA. So the site is basically rapid.sap.com. So the site goes rapid.sap.com/pp. So I've just directly opened the enterprise management layer for S4HANA. So if you just notice here, this is an accelerator which will be available. So solution information, which is we used to call a global template before. So this basically contains the information about it. So this is what does it cover as a part of enterprise management layer. So basically what I explained in that map is what is here. Okay. So what you will be able to do with this immediately and start using.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So in the overview, you have each of the items. So you can go through this. I'll just share this in the chat as well.
Yeah. And maybe you can also share this in the WhatsApp group. Just add a couple of sentences as to know what this link is for and share this link.
Sure. Yeah, Mukesh.
Cool. So thanks everyone for staying through the session. I hope it was useful, helpful. We'll come back again next month with the next topic. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Thanks, Pavel, for taking us through this.
Thank you. Yeah, you can reach out to me in case you have any questions related. I will, even if I'm not able to answer, I will get it answered through a few of our experts who are available in any of these fields so that we can help you further. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your patience.